Hey, here we are in reading 22 from Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing. We're in chapter 10, and finally it's called Dribble. Finally, the whole center of it all is on a little turtle, which is how it started out. I'll never forget Friday, May 10th. It's the most important day of my life. So I'm wondering why. Didn't start out that way. Started out ordinary. I went to school, ate my lunch, I had gym, and then I walked home from school with Johnny Fargo. We planned to meet at our special rock in the park as soon as we changed our clothes. In the elevator, I told Henry I was glad summer was coming. Henry said he was too. And when I got out at my floor, I walked down the hall and opened the door to my apartment. I took off my jacket and hung it in the closet. I put my books on the hall table next to my mother's purse. I went straight to my room to change my clothes and check Dribble. The first thing I noticed was my chain latch was unhooked. My bedroom door was open, and there was a chair smack in the middle of my doorway. I nearly tumbled over it. I ran to my dresser to check Dribble. He wasn't there. His bowl with the rocks and water was there, but Dribble was gone. I got really scared. I thought maybe he died while I was at school and I didn't know about it. So I rushed to the kitchen and hollered, "Mom, where's Dribble?" My mom was baking something. My brother sat on the kitchen floor, banging pots and pans together. "Be quiet," I yelled at Fudge. "I can't hear anything with all that noise." "What did you say, Peter?" my mother asked. I said, "I can't find Dribble. Where is he?" "You mean he's not in his bowl?" my mother asked. I shook my head. "Oh dear," my mother said. "I hope he's not crawling around somewhere. You know I don't like the way he smells. I'm going to have to look in the bedrooms. You check in here, Peter." My mother hurried off. I looked at my brother. He was smiling. "Fudge, do you know where Dribble is?" I asked calmly. Fudge kept smiling. "Did you take him? Did you, Fudge?" I asked not so calmly. Fudge giggled and covered his mouth with his hands. I yelled, "Where is he? What did you do with my turtle?" No answer from Fudge. He banged his pots and pans together again. I yanked the pots out of his hand. I tried to speak softly. "Now tell me where Dribble is. Just tell me where my turtle is. I won't be mad if you tell me. Come on, Fudge, please." "Oh no." Fudge looked up at me. "In tummy," he said. "What do you mean in tummy?" I asked, narrowing my eyes. "Dribble's in tummy," he repeated. "What tummy?" I shouted at my brother. "This one," Fudge said, rubbing his stomach. "Dribble's in this tummy right here." Whew, I decided to go along with this game. "Okay, how did he get there, Fudge?" I asked. Fudge stood up, jumped up and down, and sang, "I ate him, ate him, ate him." And then he ran out of the room. My mother came back into the kitchen. "Well, I just can't find him anywhere," she said. "I looked in all the dresser drawers and all the bathroom cabinets and the shower and the tub and—" "Mom," I said, shaking my head, "how could you?" "How could I what, Peter?" my mom asked. "How could you let him do it?" "Let him do what, Peter?" Mom asked. "Let Fudge eat Dribble." I screamed. My mother started to mix whatever she was baking. "Don't be silly, Peter," she said. "Dribble is a turtle." "He ate Dribble," I insisted. "Peter Warren Hatch, stop saying that," Mother hollered. "Well, ask him. Go ahead and ask him," I told her. Fudge was standing in the kitchen doorway with a big grin on his face. Mother picked him up and patted his head. "Fudge," she said to him, "tell Mommy where Brother's turtle is." "In tummy," Fudge said. "What tummy?" Mom asked. "Mine," Fudge laughed. My mom put Fudge down on the kitchen counter, where he couldn't get away from her. "Oh, you're fooling Mommy, right?" "No fool," Fudge said. My mom turned very pale. "You really ate your brother's turtle?" Big smile from Fudge. "You mean that you put him in your mouth and chewed him up like this?" Mom made believe she was chewing. "No," Fudge said. A smile of relief crossed my mother's face. "Of course you didn't. It's just a joke." She put Fudge down on the floor and gave me a look. Fudge babbled, "No chew, no chew." Gulp, gulp, all gone, Turtle. Down Fudgy's tummy. Me and Mom stared at Fudge. You didn't, Mom said. Did so, Fudge said. No, Mom shouted. Yes, Fudge shouted back. Yes? Mom asked weakly, holding onto a chair with both hands. Yes, Fudge beamed. Mother moaned, and I picked up my brother. Oh no, my angel, my precious little baby, oh no. My mother didn't stop to think about my turtle. She didn't even give Dribble a thought. She didn't even stop to wonder how my turtle liked being swallowed by my brother. She ran to the phone with Fudge tucked under one arm. I followed. Mom dialed operator and cried, oh help, this is an emergency. My baby ate a turtle. Stop that laughing, my mother told the operator. Send an ambulance right away, 25 West 68th Street. Mom hung up. She didn't look too well. Tears were running down her face. She put Fudge down on the floor. I couldn't understand why she was so upset. Fudge seemed just fine. Help me, Peter, Mom asked. Get me blankets. I ran into my brother's room. I grabbed 2 blankets from Fudge's bed. He was following me around with that silly grin on his face. I felt like giving him a pinch. How could he stand there looking so happy when he had my turtle inside him? I delivered the blankets to my mother. She wrapped Fudge up in them and ran to the front door. I followed and grabbed her purse from the hall table. I figured she'd be glad I thought of that. Out in the hall, I pressed the elevator buzzer. We had to wait a few minutes. Mom paced up and down the front of the elevator. Fudge was cradled in her arms. He sucked his fingers and made that slurping sound I like. But all I could think of was Dribble. Finally, the elevator got to our floor. There were 3 people in it besides Henry. This is an emergency, Mom wailed. The ambulance is waiting downstairs. Please hurry. Yes, Mrs. Hatcher, of course, Henry said. I'll run her down as fast as I can. No other stops. Someone poked me in the back. I turned around. It was Mrs. Rudder. What's the matter? She whispered. It's my brother, I whispered back. He ate my turtle. Mrs. Rudder whispered that to the man next to her, and he whispered that to the lady next to him, who whispered it to Henry. I faced front and pretended I didn't hear anything. My mother turned around with Fudge in her arms and said, That's not funny, not funny at all. But Fudge said, Funny, 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 Fudge. Everybody laughed. Everyone except my mother. The elevator door opened. 2 men dressed in white were waiting with a stretcher. Take the baby, one of them. This the baby? One of them asked. Yes, it is, Mother sobbed. Don't worry, lady. We'll be at the hospital in no time. Come, Peter, my mother said, tugging at my sleeve. We're going to ride in the ambulance with Fudge. This is crazy. What a crazy little kid Fudge is. So we're going to end the reading right now, and then you can, of course, go to Google Doc and write a quick summary that includes the main points of what we just read today and include your questions, predictions, feelings, and thoughts. And we're almost done. So it looks like, yep, this is the last chapter. So probably one more reading. Oh, the next book. I can't stop reading it. It's so good. So wait till you see what we're reading next. Keep it in suspense for now. See you later.